Hi Aries, my name's Cara and I have a reading for you for September. If any of this resonates, it's a general reading, so please use your discretion. But like and subscribe, it means a lot to me since I'm just getting started. So I'm going to channel a little bit. I've got some cards from the Light Seers Tarot, and I might pull a few oracle cards just to see how we're doing. But I will cover overall energy for September, what you can expect in career and financial abundance, and I'll end the reading with a love reading, which will mostly be for our single people or just newly in relationship. So tuning in to the energies right now, there's a lot. There's a lot happening, but there's a lot of power, and it's like you're at the top of a roller coaster or the top of a water slide, and you need like a push of water or the momentum to, you need to take advantage of that. Like, the universe has primed you to be in this very spot at this very moment, and it's not like you're on the ride. You're on the ride of life, and you need to embrace it and really go for the big dreams and the big desires and passions that you have in your life. Like, this is the time. Like, anything you do right now, it's as if you get a 10x power up from just the energy field. And that means anything you do you could achieve it that much faster than if you waited even like 6 months. If you waited 6 months, it would be a bit tougher to get going. So now is the time. You please take advantage of it. The other thing that came up for me as I was like channeling and tuning into this energy for Aries for September, it's okay to change your mind or to change plans. Like this morning, I had sat down at my desk and I was going to start journaling and writing, but it's super hot outside, and I knew it was going to be a hot day, and the full moon was still out, and I wanted to see the moon in the morning time and the sunrise. So instead of sitting down and working, I got myself up and I went for a walk. And I love that decision. The energy from the moon just really spoke to me as if it was all just working for me. Like, the sun, the way it was, the weather today, even me choosing to go outside and walk, that was all moving in my favor, and it was all like re-energizing me in the exact way I needed it to happen. So I have a feeling that might resonate for some people. I mean, I would take it as if, say you are in a career or a job that you maybe don't love with your whole heart, or it's not fulfilling you as much as it used to. And you have some other options to consider, but you haven't done that seriously because you might be worried about your family's finances. And I'm not suggesting anyone take a risk without having a new job in place, but it's definitely time to consider plan Bs and even plan Cs. Or if opportunities just pop up for you, be open to receiving them and considering them, because you are likely the perfect person for that position. I'm going to pull a card or a few cards for the energy of the month. Yeah, wow, we got the wheel. So the wheels are turning, and you are able to harness this energy, and whether it's good or bad, like, you've got it, and you can choose to use it for good, or you can choose to be kind of scared or intimidated by it. but the Wheel is a great card to tell you and confirm that it's going to be good if you go for it. And here, 4 of Pentacles. So definitely an energy of being conservative of your resources, but perhaps even your energy too. That you don't want to get too far ahead of yourself. So even though you have this momentum at your back, you're still kind of like, oh, what's happening? And a little scared. But like there is wind and there's movement here. You can see it in her hair. And I see this city as like this abundance. Like there's a market, there is an audience for your ideas, for your art, for what you have to offer the world. So you might be feeling a little hesitant and protective, and that's okay. Like, do your grounding exercises, keep, your energies safe and have boundaries, but don't be afraid. Like, the energy is with you and in your favor. Yeah, and look at the King of Wands. So when you have the courage, you can see there with the lion in the background. When you have that courage, you are going to be a leader, and you're going to be seen as someone who really went after what they wanted. So even if there are people in your life who you love, but they don't understand what you're doing, or perhaps you've changed a lot or evolved and they don't understand who you are right now and why you're making the choices that you are. When you use this momentum and go after what you're being called to do, they're going to understand it. And it's going to take more time than you probably would be comfortable with, but they're going to understand it, and they're going to see the energies. Like, I don't know if you can really tell, but there's like circles around this flame and his face. And it's, to me, saying that your energy, just when you are present and following your path, you're going to be in the right places, and you're going to be impacting people with just your presence. So just eye contact and a smile. And sometimes it'll be through words and actions, but it doesn't and won't always be the case. So definitely a high reward when you do go after what you want. So I feel like this is already quite career and abundance related. That was just the energy of the month. So let's see what else we have for finances. Okay, so 5 of Cups. And that definitely alludes to like the channeled message I had at the beginning, where you have maybe like exhausted the joy out of your current position, and there's like a new role, or it might even be at the same company you're at, or a different team you can switch to that would just give you so much more fulfillment, like unicorn and rainbows type of energy. And I also like how the light is coming from within her. So you could see it as like it's almost being drained here, but to me it's also like you have this energy source, and you really need to consider that when you're choosing your position, when you're choosing your job, when you're choosing your career, even like what industry you're doing. And say like financially, you just don't have the time or resources to be looking for something new. I see this card and I think there's a hobby or something you've enjoyed or you've been wanting to do for a long time. Could be writing for some of you, even if it's short stories. But there is something there that you've always wanted to try out and you just haven't. But I think if you pursue that hobby, even, with just a couple of hours a week, when you can fit it in, and you need to fit that in for you. You have to take ownership and do it for you and your inner child. Like, it's going to make everything brighter in your life and more colorful, because see how like lit up that rainbow bowl color is? Like, the lights are just there for her. So go for it. Go, like, I keep saying go for it, but you have more options than you realize. Okay, another one for career. Yeah, so Page of Wands. She's out there doing her thing. Like, she's doing what she enjoys, and she's offering up energy to the environment around her, and it gets amplified and moved around, and like, she knows she'll catch it back again, but when she does, it's going to be even brighter and better than she had imagined. So to me, this just says act, but be playful too. Like, she's kind of dancing movement. So make some time to play and enjoy what you're doing. Like, you can enjoy your work. There's nothing wrong with that. So like, whether it's your coworkers or colleagues, if you enjoy, you know, going to a baseball game with them, or say you have a kickball team for work, or organize an evening activity where you guys can enjoy each other's company and let loose a little bit and play. And then that's going to lead to more abundance. So we have the Six of Pentacles, and what you offer out is going to come back to you, and you're going to have a partner or partners, and they're going to offer it back to you. But the universe wants you to receive. They're waiting for you to just turn and shift your perspective and see that bowl that is magical and colorful. So definitely put yourself out there. Take a step, even if it's a small one, towards a hobby or your dream job. Definitely go ahead and do that. All right, so love reading. What have we got here for Aries in September? Like, I'm seeing doors. I'm seeing like a car door, as well as like doors in a hallway. And to me, this signifies like a new person coming in. In the case of the car door, it reminds me of a date I had that did not go well, and I did not want him to try to kiss me at the end, so I did not wait for the car to stop before jumping out of I opened my door while the car was still moving, and thanked him for dinner and ran back to my house. And I didn't feel threatened. I just didn't have the manners to politely leave. So with the car door, I feel like there's likely a date that isn't going to go as planned, or you won't necessarily feel the chemistry right away. And I'm not telling you to jump out of a car before it is fully stopped, but if you want to avoid that scenario, be very honest with yourself. If you truly want to spend time with this individual for a few hours alone or at a restaurant, it may not be worth it to you. Like, really consider dates when you are very much interested in that person. Yes, be the Queen of Wands. Like, you have a lot of options. So all those doors, you're being seen. You're very magnetic. You have a lot of energy that just exudes from you. Like, you're irresistible. And be the black cat. Have the black cat energy. Do you see how that's laying across by her feet? And to me, that means the suitors come to you. If you're a feminine, like, stand in your power, they're going to come to you. If you're a masculine, it means don't necessarily, I think you have more power than you fully realize, and you're more attractive than you fully realize. So if you're a male, masculine, I think the black cat means be confident. And if you see a feminine that you are interested in, be bold. And the energy is going to be ever in your favor. So divine masculines, be bold, act boldly, be confident. Divine feminines, be in your black cat energy and receive. And you are making your own plans. You're going out with friends. You're doing what you want each and every single day of the week. And if a masculine wants to come to you, he needs to step up properly. He needs to be initiating conversations and texting, and he needs to be confident. He needs to know that you are worthy. He needs to treat you like you are worthy. And when all that happens, good things will ensue. But there are several options coming forward romantically. So I'm not saying you need to be picky or choosy. I'm just saying you're going to know who is really meant to be in your life, even for a short period of time, by how they are presenting themselves, how they are stepping up, how they are showing up and honoring you. Okay, a few more cards for love. Yeah, so 9 of Swords. And I can resonate with this. Like, there's just been hurt, triggers, traumas that you've been healing and kind of focusing on in the first part of this year. And you are coming out of this period of rest, and you've had this time to focus on yourself and do like so much healing. And now the universe is offering you a relationship to heal. And it may be very short, it may only be a couple of dates, or it might be a longer term relationships, like 6 months or more. But it definitely feels like this opportunity to repair a bit of your heart that's been broken. And it's a piece of your heart that it's difficult to repair on your own. When you are with someone else, that's when you can really heal and evolve that piece of you. Yeah, you can evolve to the High Priestess energy. So a lot of intuition. It's not a surprise. Harness like the fire and your desire and your energy. Like, we all have bad days, but when you're rocking on a good day, try not to sit at your desk and be on Zoom calls all the time. Like, even if you have to participate in something for work, is that something you can do while you take a walk outside, or, eat lunch while you're doing, like, be productive. Like, there are going to be instances where it might make sense to multitask just so you can have momentum. And when it comes to love, trust your gut. Can be easier said than done, but I know I've run into instances in the past where I could see everything that was happening and I didn't want to believe it. So I kept thinking, like, I need to know the truth. I need to know the truth. When I knew the whole time. And I do feel that this energy for September is very positive when it comes to love and relationships. But definitely, like, use your intuition, but also use that throat chakra. Talk. If there's a red flag that concerns you, talk about it. All right, great. Well, those are all the cards that I was going to pull for Aries for September. I hope you have a fabulous month. And again, please subscribe if you feel called. It's free and I would love you for it. Thank you so much. Have a great one. Bye.